Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you. Welcome to SWA Education, myself Radha. And today we are going to discuss about certain question on carbohydrate. And we already discussed this topic of carbohydrate in our previous lecture. And today we are going to practice question on carbohydrate. And this is mainly from Food Chemistry of Telangana Food Safety Officer syllabus. So let's get started with our today's lecture. So first question is, which one of the following statement about starch is not correct? First one is, both amylose and amylopectin contain 1,6-glycosidic bond. Second one is, both amylose and amylopectin are polymer of glucose. Third one is, both amylose and amylopectin yield maltose upon partial hydrolysis. Fourth one is, both amylose and amylopectin contain 1,4-glycosidic bond. And next one is, amylose is a linear polysaccharide while amylopectin is a branched polysaccharide. So starch, that is a polysaccharide, is composed of amylose and amylopectin. So starch is mainly made up of amylose and amylopectin. This is the structure of amylose and this is amylopectin. This one is one unit of glucose, this is second unit of glucose, and this one is third unit of glucose, and so on. So amylose and amylopectin are polymer of glucose. So this statement is absolutely correct. Amylose contain one glucose unit and second glucose unit in amylose are joined together by 1,4-glycosidic linkage. And in case of amylopectin, amylopectin is branched structure and amylose is unbranched. In amylopectin, this is first and sixth. So glycosidic bond formed between first carbon and sixth carbon as well as first carbon and fourth carbon. So amylose and amylopectin contain 1,4-glycosidic bond. Absolutely, because amylose contain 1,4-glycosidic bond and amylopectin contain 1,6 and 1,4-glycosidic bond. Amylose is a linear polysaccharide and amylopectin is branched. This is also correct, that amylose is linear and amylopectin is branched. But first statement, which state that amylose and amylopectin both contain 1,6-glycosidic bond, but amylose only contain 1,4-glycosidic bond and amylopectin contain 1,4 as well as 1,6-glycosidic bond. So amylose does not contain 1,6-glycosidic bond. So that's why first statement is incorrect that asked in our question. So the answer of this question is A. So what is the difference between amylose and amylopectin? Amylose is a straight chain or we can say linear chain and polymer of D-glucose unit. And amylopectin is branched chain. Amylose constitute 20% of starch because starch composed of amylose and amylopectin or starch made up of amylose and amylopectin. So amylose constitute 20% of starch and amylopectin 80% of starch. Amylose is soluble in water and amylopectin is insoluble. Amylose straight chain structure or we can say linear chain structure and amylopectin is branched structure. Amylose contain alpha 1,4-glycosidic bond. Why alpha? Because OH present below side. So that's why alpha bond. But if OH group present above side, then it's called beta. So it contain alpha 1,4-glycosidic bond and amylopectin contain alpha 1,4 as well as alpha 1,6-glycosidic bond. Second question is, isomer differ as a result of variation in configuration of OH and H on carbon atom second, third, fourth of glucose are known as. So let's take a look. So in case of glucose and mannose, there is a difference on second carbon. On second carbon, in case of glucose, OH and H position is different, and in case of mannose, OH and H position is different. So there is a difference in between H and OH group position on second carbon of glucose and mannose. And the stereoisomer which differ in the configuration at only one carbon atom are known as epimer. So isomer differ as a result of configuration of OH and H are called epimer. For example, glucose and mannose are epimer of each other because there is a configuration difference of carbon second, configuration difference of both H and OH. And glucose and galactose are also epimer of each other because there is also OH and H configuration difference on fourth carbon. Next question is, most important epimer of glucose is. So as we discussed that epimer of glucose can be mannose and galactose. In case of mannose, there is a difference in the configuration of H and OH on carbon second, in case of galactose on carbon number fourth. So in case of glucose and galactose, configuration of all OH and H are similar except carbon number fourth. So if there is a difference in the configuration of H and OH at only one chiral carbon, that is called epimer. So glucose and galactose are also epimer of each other. So the correct answer is galactose. Next question is, alpha D-glucose and beta D-glucose are. So alpha D-glucose, alpha when OH is present below side, and when OH present above side, that is called beta. This is carbon number first, this is also carbon number first, but in this case OH present below side, that's why it's called alpha. And if there is a difference in the position that OH is present below or above, then they are differentiate alpha and beta configuration. So alpha D-glucose and beta D-glucose, these are anomer. Next question is, which of the following is a non-reducing sugar? So what is non-reducing sugar? When we discuss about reducing sugar, in case of reducing sugar, there is a presence of free form of aldehyde and ketone group. But in case of non-reducing sugar, free aldehyde and ketone group is absent. So which of the following is a non-reducing sugar? That is trehalose. So trehalose is a non-reducing disaccharide comprised of two glucose. Disaccharide means two monosaccharide combined together to form disaccharide. So two glucose moiety joined together by carbon 1 to carbon 1 with both link in alpha configuration. So the main difference between reducing and non-reducing sugar is that reducing sugar have free aldehyde or ketone group, where non-reducing sugar do not have free aldehyde or ketone group. So all monosaccharide are the example of reducing sugar and some disaccharide also. An example of non-reducing sugar is sucrose, raffinose, stacrylose, trehalose. These are the example of non-reducing sugar. Sugar compound found in DNA is. So DNA and RNA are differentiated on the basis of pentose sugar. Pentose sugar means 5 carbon containing sugar. In case of DNA, DNA contain beta D 2-deoxyribose. So DNA contain deoxyribose sugar. Deoxy means absence of oxygen. That is the meaning of deoxy. So absence of oxygen on carbon number second. Only H is present, O is absent. Next one is sugar found in RNA is. So in case of RNA, ribose sugar is present. RNA contain beta D ribose. So that is ribose. Sugar found in milk is. So lactose is commonly called milk sugar. So that is lactose. Lactose is the sugar that found in milk. Lactose is commonly called milk sugar because it is found in milk and dairy product. Sucrose is called table sugar, made up from glucose and fructose, and is extracted from sugarcane or sugar beet and is naturally present in fruit and vegetable. Glucose and fructose are found in fruit, vegetable and honey. Lactose is mainly called milk sugar because present in dairy product as well as in milk. Maltose, also commonly known as malt sugar, found in malty drink and beer. Honey contain the hydrolytic product of. So honey contain the hydrolytic product of insulin. Next one is, which of the following can be called as animal starch? So what is starch? Starch is the storage form of food in case of plant. So what is the storage form of food in case of animal? That is glycogen. So which of the following can be called as animal starch? That is glycogen. So glycogen can be called as animal starch. Glycogen is a branched polymer of glucose. It is stored in muscles and liver of animal and it is also called animal starch. A positive Benedict test is not given by. So positive Benedict test is not given by non-reducing sugar, and the example of non-reducing sugar is sucrose. So Benedict reagent is used in a test that is called Benedict test. That is commonly used to check the presence of reducing sugar. What is the reducing sugar? When there is a presence of free form of aldehyde and ketone as a functional group. And all monosaccharide and few disaccharide like lactose and maltose, these are reducing sugar. Sucrose contain 2 sugar, fructose and glucose, and sucrose is non-reducing sugar, that's why does not react with Benedict reagent. So positive Benedict test is not given by sucrose because it is non-reducing sugar. And Benedict test is mainly used for reducing sugar. Next one is, the general formula of monosaccharide is. So the general formula of monosaccharide is CnH2nO. So first one. General formula of polysaccharide is. So carbon 6, hydrogen 10 and oxygen 5. A disaccharide formed by 1 and 1 means carbon 1 and carbon 1 glycosidic linkage between their monosaccharide unit is trehalose. So this is the structure of trehalose. This is carbon number first. This is 1 glucose moiety and this is second 1 glucose moiety. And there is a glycosidic bond between carbon 1 of 1 glucose to carbon 1 of another glucose. Next one is, which of the following monosaccharide is majorly found in the human body? So in majority, D type of monosaccharide is found in human body. Which of the following biomolecule simply referred to as staff of line? So carbohydrate also called staff of line. Next one, which of the following is the simplest form of carbohydrate? So aldehyde and ketone group, this is the simplest form of carbohydrate. Which of the following is a reducing sugar? So dihydroxyacetone, erythrulose, glucose, all these are the example of reducing sugar. Next one is sucrose, that is cane sugar, is disaccharide. Disaccharide means consists of two monosaccharide moiety. One molecule of sucrose on a hydrolysis give. So one molecule of sucrose on a hydrolysis gives one molecule of glucose plus one molecule of fructose. So that is one molecule of glucose plus one molecule of fructose. So sucrose is a common disaccharide that when hydrolyzed yield D-glucose and D-fructose. So this is the structure of sucrose. On hydrolysis, it gives glucose and fructose. Which of the following glucose reaction may be explained only by its cyclic structure? So pentacetate of glucose does not react with a hydroxylamine. So its glucose pentacetate does not react with hydroxylamine. In the process of glycolysis, so what is the glycolysis? Glycolysis made up of two terms. Glyco means glucose, lysis means breakdown. So glycolysis is a 10-step process, and the end product of glycolysis is the conversion of glucose into 2 molecules of pyruvate. Glucose is 6 carbon containing sugar and pyruvate is 3 carbon containing molecule. So in the process of glycolysis, glucose is oxidized to form pyruvate. Next one is insulin is made up of dash and dash. So insulin is polysaccharide that made up of glucose and fructose. So the answer is B, glucose and fructose. Hydrolysis of starch occur with the help of. So which enzyme is responsible for hydrolysis of starch? So it mainly amylase. Which of the following is not a polysaccharide? So lactose is not a polysaccharide. It is disaccharide that made up of glucose and galactose. So lactose is mainly made up of glucose and galactose. And glucose and galactose both are monosaccharide. This is also monosaccharide and this is also monosaccharide. And when two monosaccharide combine together, that is called disaccharide. So lactose is disaccharide. Next one is, what is the chemical difference between cellulose and chitin? So cell wall of plant is made up of cellulose and pectin, and in case of fungus made up of chitin. So what is the chemical difference? So replacement of hydroxyl group at carbon second with acetyl amino group, that is the difference between cellulose and chitin. And chitin is a linear homopolysaccharide composed of N-acetyl glucosamine residue in beta linkage. Next one is, when all monosaccharide in a polysaccharide are same type. When all monosaccharide in a polysaccharide are same type. Same means homo. So such type of polysaccharide is called homoglycan. Homoglycan is a polysaccharide where all the monosaccharide are of same type. Next one is, which of the following are structural polysaccharide? So chitin and cellulose, these are structural polysaccharide. Chitin and cellulose are known as structural polysaccharide. In the presence of dash and dash, protopectin is unable to form a gel. So in the presence of sugar and acid, protopectin is unable to form a gel. Next one is dietary fiber is rich in. So dietary fiber is rich in cellulose. Next one, which of the following is not a function of carbohydrate? So storage of energy, this is also the function of carbohydrate. Fuel for metabolism, that is also correct. And carbohydrate is a structural component, that is also correct. So which of the following is not a function of carbohydrate? This is also the function of carbohydrate, this is also the function and structural component, that is also. So none of the mentioned option are incorrect, because question asks not a function of carbohydrate. So all these are the function of carbohydrate, so it's none of the mentioned. Carbohydrates store energy, are fuel for metabolism glucose, and structural component, that is cellulose. Structural component like cellulose and chitin, these are structural component. Next one is, this carbohydrate is used during intense exercise. Which among the following is it? So which of the following carbohydrate is used during intense exercise? So it's glycogen. Glycogen is stored in the liver by the body and used during intense exercise. So storage form of carbohydrate in case of animal is glycogen, and glycogen stored in liver and it is used by the body during intense exercise. Next one is, which of the following food item provide dietary fiber? So pulses, whole grain, fruit and vegetable. So all of the above item provide dietary fiber. Next one, class of carbohydrate which cannot be hydrolyzed further is known as. So that is monosaccharide cannot hydrolyze further. So monosaccharide are single polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone unit. So monosaccharide consists of aldehyde and ketone as a functional group with general formula CnH2nOn. So that is the general formula of monosaccharide, and these are simple sugar which cannot be hydrolyzed further in a simpler form. Next one is, which class of carbohydrate is considered as non-sugar? So it's polysaccharide. So when 100 or 1000 of monosaccharide condense together or combine together, it will form polysaccharide. So hundreds or thousands of monosaccharide condense together to form polysaccharide, and these are not sweet in taste, hence they are called non-sugar. So which class of carbohydrate is considered as non-sugar? So it's polysaccharide. Next one is, which of the following is also known as invert sugar? So it's sucrose. Sucrose is also known as invert sugar. Sucrose is also known as invert sugar as during hydrolysis of sucrose with a hot dilute acid, it produces an equimolar combination of glucose and fructose. So sucrose is mainly made up of, sucrose is mainly composed of glucose and fructose. That's why on hydrolysis it gives glucose and fructose, and this phenomena is also called inversion of sucrose or invertose. Which of the following glycosidic linkage found in maltose? So in maltose, alpha anomeric form of carbon 1 on one sugar and hydroxyl oxygen atom on carbon 4 of other sugar are joined by glycosidic linkage. So 1,4 glycosidic bond is there, and such linkage is called as alpha 1,4 glycosidic bond. So maltose is mainly made up of 2 glucose moiety, and the bond between them is alpha 1,4 glycosidic bond. Carbohydrate are also known as, so carbohydrate made up of 2 term carbon plus hydrate. So carbohydrate are also known as hydrates of carbon. Basically carbohydrate are polyhydroxy. Polyhydroxy means consist of several OH group. Polyhydroxy aldehyde or ketone. So aldehyde or ketone present as functional group or compound that can be break down to them. Mostly carbohydrate contain hydrogen and oxygen in the same ratio as in water, because carbohydrate that is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So carbohydrate contain hydrogen and oxygen in the same ratio as in water. Hence it is called as hydrate of carbon. So the correct answer is first one, hydrate of carbon. Next one, the condition which result due to carbohydrate deficiency is, if there is a deficiency of carbohydrate, so the condition which result, that is ketosis. So ketosis is the condition which result due to the deficiency of carbohydrate. So the correct answer is first one. So thank you so much everyone. I hope this lecture is very useful to all of you. So if you find this video beneficial for you, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel for more such kind of videos. And if you have any query regarding this lecture, you can comment down below. Thank you so much.